music group. This is Conversations with Maas.
Lab Addicts Music
You know what
Group.
time it is? This is Conversations with Maas. Subscribe now. Lock in. Let's go. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
This is Conversations with Maas.
Lab Addicts Music
You know what
Group.
time it is? This is Conversations with Maas. Subscribe now. Lock in. Let's go. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
This is Conversations with Maas.
Lab Addicts Music
You know what
Group.
time it is? This is Conversations with Maas. Subscribe now. Lock in. Let's go. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas. Real street, man, we watching Maas. Real street, man, we call on Maas.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
This is Conversations with Maas.
What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? It's your boy Maas Apeal. It's Tuesday night, 9:30 p.m. And it's time for another edition of Adult Conversations with Maas. Before we begin, we must give thanks to the Most High for allowing us to see another day, another sunrise, another sunset, and another chance to love on the people who we cherish. With that being said, hope everybody's holiday season is going good. We are less than 30 hours away from 2026. Less than 30 hours away from 2026. 2025 was a rough year. I don't think 2026 can be any worse overall than 2025. It was a crazy year. And we're ending it in less than 30 hours. And most of my shows are geared to the ladies. But as we come to a close in 2026, tonight's show is for men. It's for men. And this conversation isn't about men versus women. It's about power. It's about power. How it's used, how it's disguised, and how it quietly reshapes relationships. Most people don't enter a relationship intending to control someone. Control usually shows up dressed as concern, as guidance, as support, as a, I just want what's best for you. And because it sounds reasonable, it often goes unchallenged. But here's the difference we need to be honest about. Support empowers a choice, and control narrows it. In a partnership, both people retain a sense of self and agency. They may disagree, they may negotiate, they may even adjust, but no one has to shrink to keep the peace. Bub Files, how you doing tonight? In control dynamics, disagreement becomes costly. Emotional reactions replace conversation. Compliance becomes the price of harmony. And this isn't a gender issue, it's a behavior issue. Control can come from anyone, but control only works when it's allowed to grow quietly. Modern relationships are under pressure. Financial instability, unclear roles, social media influence, and fear of loss all contribute to people trying to secure outcomes instead of building trust. Instead of asking, how do we align? Many relationships drift into, how do I make sure this doesn't fall apart? How do I make sure this doesn't fall apart? And that's where the control enters. That's where the control comes from. Because real partnership is harder. It requires emotional regulation, boundaries, accountability, and the willingness to hear no without retaliation. It requires leadership without dominance and support without strings attached. So tonight, I'm asking a different question, and this is for men. And it's not about who's right, and it's not about who's leading, but whether both people still have autonomy. Because when one person gives up their sense of self for the relationship to function, that relationship is no longer a partnership. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. This is Maas Apeal, and it's adult conversations only. We talk like adults here. And I put a poll question up tonight. And the poll question was, have you ever stayed quiet to keep the peace in a relationship? Have you ever stayed quiet in a relationship to keep the peace? And we got 2 votes, and they are both yes. As I said, this isn't a gender, it's not, but this really occurs a lot of time with men. A lot of times this occurs to men. And it may be because past experiences, past men, it could be any of an assortment of things. But men, some men, most men are not creatures who sit on the phone for hours at a time. We don't have the time to do that. Now, we'll have time to talk for a little bit sometime, but it's when a woman calls you every 2 hours, every 3 hours. It's not cause of concern. Those are cause of control, trying to put the thumb down on you as a man about what you're doing and where you're at. Because 9 times out of 10, when you get that phone call from your significant other or a woman that you're dealing with, the first and last question is, what you doing? What am I doing? I'm working. Same thing I was doing about 2.5, 3 hours ago. Now, men can do these things because a lot of times the woman is calling to reassure herself that you are doing what she thinks you should be doing. That is a call of control. And lots of times when men bring this up to women, when they do it, women get upset. And the reason that they get upset is because they don't want to be called out about checking on what you're doing. But as I said in the opening monologue, relationships require trust. You don't get trust out of talking to somebody 2 or 3 times, 4 or 5 times a day, every other 3, 4 hours. If anything, men look at that like, why is this? What? Because lots of times when women make those phone calls, they don't even have nothing to talk about. That's how you know it's a checkup call. Lots of men don't need chaperones. We don't. And all of those phone calls, it's not going to stop a man from doing whatever he's going to do. Juggernaut TV, what's going on, brother? That's where the trust comes in. Just because you call a dude every 2, 3 hours and that don't mean nothing. That doesn't mean nothing. It's just proving that you can call him and he can answer the phone. He's got ample time to be able to answer the phone for you. Some men don't. Some men don't respond to a text message as soon as it comes through. I may be doing something. But women think that that text and that phone call is of the utmost importance, no matter what you're doing. No, no, no. Lots of times women can push men away with that type of attitude because men see what you're doing. Like I said in the monologue, control can be disguised as concern. I'll say it again. Control can be disguised as concern. And there's nothing wrong with being concerned. But some of the reasoning sometimes is just, it's off. It's off. And men see that as a woman trying to put her thumb on where you're at and what you're doing. And just because a man is there to answer those questions, that does not build trust, and that does not mean anything. It's the individual person. It's the individual person. This man out here with two families, and the two families don't even know nothing about each other. So no, those phone calls they just become a nuisance after a while. Because no man who is working, who is trying to accomplish something, has time to answer the phone every 2 hours. And I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but no man who is on the pursuit of something gainful doesn't have time to answer the phone every 2 hours, every 3 hours. Yeah. To just say nothing. And the reason I'm gearing this conversation to men is because men don't call women and just want to sit on the phone. No. If a dude has time to answer the phone every time you call and to answer every one of your text messages, maybe he needs to be doing something a little bit more. And a lot of women say, oh, well, you can text it. And oh, maybe I can't text. Maybe I can't text back when your text comes. I get phone calls and text messages all the time when I'm doing this show. Sometimes it's important where I have to answer them. For the most part, I answer those phone calls and those text messages after I'm done doing what I'm doing. It's the same thing. One partner's instability becomes the other's bargaining chip. Because maybe this woman has had bad luck with men, and she just wants to keep tabs to make sure that the times that she's investing in time, the stuff that she's investing in you, it's gonna work out. But it's them phone calls is not. Relationships are built on trust, and that trust is not a phone call every 2 or 3 hours. It's not. I don't know. Men don't have time to do that. And that does not discount that we want to talk to the women that we want to talk to or who we're dealing with. I'm the type of person, I don't need to talk to nobody every day. Some may say, I don't talk to my mother every day. So why would I have a necessity to talk to? I mean, I don't know. Whether, I mean, is that bad? Is that bad that, no, I don't think it is bad. I don't think it is bad. Sometimes time, it's only 24 hours in a day. Most people sleep 8 of those. Most people work 8 more of those. Then you have 8 hours, if you're lucky, to yourself to get all of your personal affairs done on a daily basis. Sometimes you'll have time to communicate and talk, and sometimes you don't. But that doesn't discount how a person feels about somebody. The person just has, their stuff in order of importance. And that doesn't make the woman that you're talking to any less important. But at some point, you got to let a man do what a man got to do to get the money, to take care of self. But a lot of women can't take that. They got to have that control. Control disguised as concern. Now, there's nothing wrong, ladies. I'm not saying that there's wrong with being concerned. But at some point, that concern becomes control. That concern becomes control. And a lot of men don't like to be controlled. Not from that type of aspect. Yeah, ladies. You make a man resent the phone when you call that much and have nothing. I mean, it's different if you're calling and you have something to talk about. But if you're just calling and we're just holding the phone and it's just dead air, what is the purpose of the phone call? And then why would women get upset? You say, well, okay, I gotta go. I'm gonna get back. What's that? Man, I don't. That's why I'm a type of person. I make these things known from the jump. I like talking on the phone, yeah, but I'm not a phone person. I talk on the phone all day for work, so I don't want. Yeah, and that's nothing that's a negative. That's what women must understand. That's not a negative that a man doesn't want to be on the phone with you for 6 hours out of the day. We're not, yeah. No man has time to answer the phone every 2 to 3 hours. Work. Different things. But a lot of women resent it when a man ain't available to answer her phone calls for her to check up on him. Control disguised as concern. Right. With traditional roles being gone and new agreements about what roles are not, I mean, and when I'm in a relationship, I'm the man. I'm the masculine one in my relationships. And if I'm not the masculine one in a relationship, that isn't a woman that I would even entertain. I don't want a masculine. Not everybody. 95% of the men out there are women. We don't want a masculine woman. We don't. No matter how deep in y'all's head y'all think we need a masculine woman, Men don't need a masculine woman. Not if he is exuding masculinity and manliness. Men don't need babysitters. Men don't need chaperones. Men need femininity and softness. Control becomes a substitute for trust. And I mentioned this. Control becomes a substitute for trust. If she can trust you, go answer their phone and she's in control, then yeah. But control can't be a substitute for trust. Because what if you don't get the control mechanisms that you want? Are you upset when a man tells you, I don't want to talk on the phone 5 times a day? Is a man wrong for saying that? And we don't want you all to stop calling, but just know that no man in pursuit of gainfulness does not have time to be on the phone 6 and 7 times a day. No. And ladies, don't get upset. Don't get upset and push something away that could be good for you. But you can't. Some ladies, there are some men out there who like to be controlled by ladies. But 95% of us, we don't want that. We don't need you all telling us what we want or what we need after we've already told you what we want. Women feel like they know what we need. You don't. Unless you're in a marriage commitment, then yes, the wife knows what the husband wants. That's how she got to be the wife. You have to know your man, or the man you all are pursuing each other. You have to know that man. And usually if a man tells you something in the beginning, he's trying to set that boundary so that you know that if something occurs and he doesn't answer the phone or something, there's nothing bad about it. No man likes to be controlled or feel like a woman is trying to keep her thumb on him. No man I know wants to be controlled in that manner. And you can't get upset when we bring it up and we say that I don't want to be controlled. That's control. And you say, no, it ain't control. How can you tell them if somebody tells you something, how can you, unless you listen to them and get the explanation, how can you tell them how they feel? We're 30 minutes into the show. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share this video out. Subscribe to the page. Join the conversation. Tonight is for the men. The men feel like they never get a chance to talk. Men, how do you feel? Am I saying something that resonates with you? Do you find yourself answering the phone 6 and 7 times during the day? Oh, I was just concerned. I was trying to make sure everything. No, you ain't concerned. You want control. This is your chance, men. Usually the ladies have the platform and the men respond. Tonight, the men, you have the offense. Do you like to be is it just me? Men, do you like to be controlled? Do you like to answer the phone every hour, on the hour, to answer what you're doing? Juggernaut said, don't nobody have time just holding the phone and saying nothing at all. No. All that calling when she knows you're working or have something to do. And then have an attitude if you don't answer the phone. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand it. I thought I had Facebook on, but I didn't. Oh, well, it happens. You're on there now. Yeah. Tonight's conversation is for the men. Men, let these ladies know how much interaction you need during the day. Now, sometimes, man, we will call. I'm saying this. Sometimes I do call out of the blue. But if I call out of the blue, I have something to talk about. I don't just call and say, what you doing? Hello? Men don't have time for that. Men don't have time for that, ladies. And we know you're trying to control us. But then you try to catch an attitude if we say something about it. Man, them attitudes and long faces don't mean nothing. Men talk back now. And a lot of women don't like that. Men talk back. Strong men talk back in relationships. It's not a one-way flow of communication. That's not communication. That's taking orders. And that's why women get mad when a man talks back, because women want to give orders and they want them followed. But men ain't going for that, ladies. Men ain't going for that. Then women will say, it's all about me. It ain't, ladies. It's never all about you. It's never, except the wedding day. It's never all about you. It's always about we. It ain't never, other than the wedding day, it ain't never just about you. It's about we. And that's where a lot of women miss the ball. It ain't never about you. The man will let you know if it's all about you. And that's when you get the wedding ring. But the man makes that choice. Women don't understand. You choose the man you're with. The man chooses the woman he marries. Think long, think wrong, ladies. Think wrong, think long, think wrong, ladies. Ladies, you can't dictate to a man what you think is right. Men ain't too good at dictation machines. Y'all the one can type 90 words shorthand. Men is not good with dictation. Lunch now said, think fast, that's your ass. RP. Hey, RP, I hope you had a great holiday. I know you did. Tell your parents they made a beautiful daughter. Your parents are so, I love looking at your videos, RP, because your parents is just so cool. Your mom. Yeah, see where you got it from. See where you got it from, RP. But yeah, ladies, men aren't good with dictation machines. I type 70 some words a minute, but I can't tell you how no shorthand machine work. Ladies with eye talk. I always say something good. Pick your battles, but never bite your tongue for too long because it makes exactly. There's nothing wrong with having constructive conversations. Constructive criticism is a two-way street. Some people can take constructive criticism. Some people can't. But you have to be able to. And then, ladies, you can't get upset and go crawl into a ball because a man said something back to you. That's kind of. RP said it's all about the delivery. It is. It is. And the thing about it is, you never want, when you're having these types of conversations, you never want to hurt someone's feelings, but you still want to be stern and, exactly. Thank you, RP. Like, you can, ladies, you can call that man 15 times a day and he can answer it every time. That don't mean nothing. That's not true. That don't earn, those phone calls don't earn trust. Those phone calls make it feel like you're a dictator. Like, I have to answer I have to answer the phone. I have. No. Control disguised as concern. I'm gonna keep repeating that throughout the show. Control disguised as concern. Lots of ladies use that blueprint. Control disguised as concern. Yeah, ladies. If the man is feeling you, he's feeling you. If the man is feeling you, he's feeling you. You don't have to put the clamps on him. That makes a dude try to push away. Because if you got to deal with that now, I can't even imagine what it would be like if you get into a long-term relationship or in a marriage. If you're starting out like that from the jump, that's why you got to be careful. I be real slow about jumping in relationships. Because if you're trying to be controlling, I don't do well with control. I'm a free bird in some terms, but if I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship, but I'm a free bird. Sometimes I work 20 hours a day. A lot of times I do lately. It's what entrepreneurs do. You're trying to work until you make it. And as an entrepreneur, I don't, if I'm talking on the phone, I'm not trying to make money. If I'm not making money, I don't eat. I don't get a check every 2 weeks. I don't get a check every 2 weeks. And the deal is not done until the people send the money. So yeah, well, people, ladies, called all y'all baby. Ladies, you have to have trust in the man that you're dealing with. Because if you don't trust the man that you're dealing with, that ain't nobody you need to be with. Or you have concerns about the trust, that ain't the person you need to be. Or you need to address the concerns that you have. But you address those concerns by asking questions. You don't address those concerns by calling them in 10 times a day. Yeah. Them phone calls don't earn trust. It just says the person that answers the phone. Maybe they ain't, man. I don't have the time to continuously answer the phone and don't have nothing to talk about. Usually when I'm call somebody, I'm calling for a purpose. I'm calling because I'm calling. There's something I'm calling about. Rarely do I call and just be like, "What you doing?" If I do, I'm bored. And that boredom is my problem. I have to figure out a way to unbore myself. That's not the person that I'm dealing with. That's not, I mean, yeah, you want to have fun and you want to, but yeah, that person's not concerned about that's my own personal life. In a relationship, you have to have friendships on the outside. A lot of people say, "Oh, my wife is my only friend," or "My husband is." That's not healthy. That's not healthy. Humans live off of interaction, and interaction with one person is not healthy. You have to have some outside hobbies, some outside friends, but that comes with trust, that you trust your significant other to have their own hobbies, have their own things that they do away from you. I trip out. I got friends that's married and they got big old houses and they don't have no man cave. Ain't no way I'm going to have a big old house and I'm not going to have a space for me as a man to go and be alone. Everybody needs by their self time. I block off time every day where I don't deal with nobody. I just get lost in my thoughts. I meditate. I plan out what I'm doing. I have a by myself meeting every day. When I'm alone, I talk to myself. I can talk to myself aloud and nobody will look at me like I'm crazy. Because I'm having a meeting with myself. People who talk to themselves out loud tend to do what they say they're going to do. People who talk to themselves inside as well, because everybody doesn't do that. I always talk to my intuition on a daily basis because nobody loves me better than me. And if you can't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. Self-love is the best love. But a lot of people don't love themselves. They want to get that love from somebody else to make them feel good. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Your significant other, your partner, they should enhance your life. They shouldn't be the end all and be all. That's not healthy. It's not healthy. Outside opinions influence internal relationship decisions. And lots of women who are in relationships get their information from single women who don't have a man. Make that make sense. If a lady wants to figure out how to get married, she should go talk to a married woman, not her single friend that had 7 boyfriends in 12 months. Go talk to a married woman if you want to figure out how to be a wife. If you ain't figured it out yet, you go talk to a lady that's a wife. You ask her, how'd you get to be a wife? And maybe she will impart some wisdom on you. You don't go to your homegirl Laquana or Keisha or Tutuya or Kiki or whoever. You don't go to that single woman that has no man to get advice on a relationship. Why would I ask a person with no business for business advice? That would be kind of ass backwards. But women do it on a daily basis. Y'all go to some chick that ain't had a man in a year, and her last relationship was 60 days, and y'all go to that person for a life decision. Make that make sense. You can't make it make sense. Control does not exist without permission, even if that permission is silent. If I answer that phone call every time you call, the first ring, you win. No, that's control. That ain't concern. When people allow control, avoiding conflict feels easier than asserting boundaries. That's not me. I talk back. I assert boundaries. A lot of people say you're conflict driven. No, I'm not conflict driven. I assert boundaries. And a lot of people look at you as asserting boundaries as being confrontational when it's not confrontational at all. It's setting boundaries. It's setting expectations that if I tell you this, that lets you know that if you do this, I'm probably going to say something about it. Women have problem with men setting boundaries. Not all women, most women have a problem with men setting boundaries. I don't talk to nobody I'll talk on the phone, but I'm not the type of person that's just gonna sit on the phone. What you think? I mean, I'm not gonna sit on the phone and for not talk about nothing. It's just setting boundaries. Lots of people don't like boundaries. Lots of people don't like boundaries. But that's on them. Those are people that have not healed. If they want you to have boundaries and they want you to answer this and do it, that is to appease something that they didn't get in. But all relationships are different. What happened in your last relationship, you can't bring that into your new relationship. You have to have healed from that. Yes. Men usually don't voice the things from their past relationships that have molded them into who they are. Men don't do that. We just know what it is, and when it happens, we get away from it. Because when you try to have those conversations with a woman, they look at it like, I'm not her. I'm not her. I'm not her. And you can't talk. So men usually don't have those conversations with you all. We internalize this stuff, and when you do the stuff that we don't like, we kind of focus. Because being with someone is about accepting their faults. And that's accepting their faults until they become more than what's good. Everybody has faults. And everybody deals with another person's faults in a relationship. It's when the faults outweigh the good things that's when things become discombobulated. So yes, ladies, you cannot disguise concern as control, and a lot of men are going to keep putting up with that. You cannot disguise concern for control, and women are great at doing it. And when you speak up on it, they get mad. I didn't do that. You did do it. Because usually when a man brings up something, it's not the first time you've done it. It's not the second time you've done it. It's a pattern. That's why we say something. Yeah, if I say something to a woman, it's not the first or the second time she's done it. It seems like it's becoming a pattern. So you have to speak up on it. And a lot of women don't like when you talk back. We already talked about this. So yes, ladies, be calm. If the man likes you, he likes you. 10 phone calls a day is not going to prove that he likes you. It's not going to prove that he's faithful, and it's not going to prove that he's truthful. That comes with trust and time. And if you think you're with someone that you don't trust, maybe you don't need to be with that person. Or look at what it is this person does that you feel the need that you need to talk to them every 2 or 3 hours. That's something internal. That's not on the man. That's something internal. Ladies, wow. YWG said he needs to vet his wife's friends. Damn, come on. Damn. You wouldn't even understand anyway. They'd be speaking in Portuguese. Your Portuguese is pequito. Hablas portugués a minute. Yeah, YWG. 2S. My mind went blank. 2S habla portugués es pequito. She ain't gonna have no American friends. What you don't have to worry about her becoming Americanized. You don't have to worry about Evie. Evie is not going to become Americanized. She already thinks American women crazy. No, I'm joking. I don't know if YWG thinks American wife thinks American, but I don't see her becoming Americanized. I don't see it. But yeah, ladies, don't disguise control for concern. Men see it and know that it's not concern. There's not that much concern in the world. I mean, maybe there is. Maybe there is. But yeah, I'm going to be posting a lot more. And as I told you all on Friday nights at 11 is no longer the sex show. Friday nights at 11 is Mad. Maas After Dark. The Mad Show. I don't know if I'm going to be mad, but it's the Mad Show. Maas After Dark. We'll still be talking about sex. but it just won't be as overt as the sex show was. So yes, Friday nights is Maas After Dark. And there will be more videos of Maas Sports, where I find a sports topic and talk about it. I'm not going to be giving sports scores or betting lines. I'm going to be looking at the underbelly of the sports world. That's what we'll be talking about on Maas Sports. And then we got Maas Reacts, where sometimes I put together videos and react, and sometimes I just react on one subject. So Maas Appeal, there are different things that you can tune in and enjoy. The Tuesday and Thursday shows may be what you want to hear. You may not like sports, so Maas Sports may not be for you, but you can still come back and join this conversation. Or if you got a little spiciness to yourself, Maas After Dark may be the show for you. But I have something for everybody. And it's all from an intellectual point of view. We're never going to talk about dumb stuff. I ain't going to never have nobody on the show with me buck dancing. I'm not going to be buck dancing. And we ain't going to be up here bossing. So just know that when you come here, you're coming to talk with educated people who talk about educated things and don't argue. Well, I mean, we argue sometimes. We black. We FBA. That's what we do. We joke on people. We play the dozens. You might come in here and you get joked on and your feelings might hurt, but you'll be okay. It's all in love. It's all in love. But yeah, ladies, men just want to love y'all. That's all we want to do. We just want to love y'all. We just want to love the right person, love the right woman. That's what we want to do. We want to love the right woman. And we want the right woman to love us. But love and control is not the same thing. Control disguised as concern is not the same thing. That doesn't draw a man closer to you. That pushes a man away from you. Pushes a man away from you. And ladies, I know you don't want to push the man away from you. But damn, 10 times a day to say, what you doing? No, ain't no man got time for that. Ladies, show true concern. Don't disguise control as concern. We see right through it. We see right through it. We are meant to be together. We are meant to be together. So whenever we have these conversations,
Lab Addicts
I'm
Music.
having them to impart togetherness. I never talk in terms of separation when it comes to men and women. So when we're having these conversations, they're not for negative. They're not for negatives. It's for ladies to get an understanding.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
I don't really talk to the ladies too much. Usually I'm talking for the ladies. But tonight it was for the men. Ladies,
Lab Addicts Music Group.
don't disguise control for concern. We want to love y'all. It's cold. We want to be warm. We like nooks and crannies. I talk about togetherness, not separation. This your boy Maas Apeal. It's been another show. I'll see y'all Thursday. Get your thumb off my neck.